Now you're ready to make your digital content accessible. Where do you start? Here are some resources and tools that we use every day at Trillium Creative Solutions. But first, when designing for accessibility, it's important to know about assistive technologies that people use to access digital content. Assistive technology can be either hardware or software. Screen readers and Braille keyboards help people with limited or no vision. They take advantage of HTML attributes like name, ID, role, and others. You can get more information about which new HTML5 features are accessibly supported by major browsers at html5accessibility.com. Screen readers have their own set of keyboard shortcuts for navigating through content. The NVDA, or Non-Visual Desktop Access screen reader, is a free, open-source application. For any screen reader to work properly, your content must be organized using appropriate content structure, heading levels, and HTML attributes. A computer mouse is a visual tool, so it cannot be used by many people who have a visual impairment. It also requires a degree of fine motor control. As an alternative, some people with limited mobility may use speech recognition software or mouse alternative devices. The most important resources for web content accessibility are the World Wide Web Consortium's Web Accessibility Initiative and the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG. Everything you need to know about web and digital content accessibility is here. If you work for or receive funding from a U.S. government agency, your content will also need to comply with Section 508, which governs accessibility of information technology in the federal government. If you've checked out the WCAG site and have been overwhelmed by the onslaught of information, we know how you feel. So let's break it down a little. All WCAG guidelines fit into these four main principles: perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. As an example of perceivable, if a section of your content is not accessible by a screen reader, or there is audio with no captions or transcript, a user may have no way of knowing that content even exists. Operable relates to navigating to and using the content without getting lost, stuck, or timing out. Understandable involves readability, predictable behavior, and how input errors are conveyed. Robust refers to compatibility with tools used to access the content, like a web browser and assistive technologies. There are a lot of resources on the web for information about accessibility and WCAG compliance. Here are a few really good ones. Lynda.com is a subscription-based online training service. When you search for accessibility, you'll get a list of full courses, but it also returns sections of other courses that include accessibility topics. I highly recommend the UX Foundation's Accessibility course for getting started with accessible UX design. WebAIM, which stands for Web Accessibility in Mind, is a great resource for help with WCAG guidelines. They offer training, links to accessibility tools and resources, and they can assess your website and certify that it meets current web accessibility guidelines. Their tool and resource links include a compliance evaluation tool, a color contrast checker, and an automated speech-to-text generator called Wave that can create a transcript directly from an audio file. The International Association of Accessibility Professionals is a nonprofit organization. They provide webinars, have a very active community, and they've developed certification exams for accessibility. DeQ provides accessibility products for evaluating your website or app for WCAG compliance. They also provide training, including certification prep courses. There are additional tools that you should take advantage of. I've used many tools for checking for color contrast compliance. This free tool is my current favorite, and it's available for both Windows and Mac. One of the things I like about it is the variety of options for selecting colors. You can use the color's hex code or RGB value, or you can select from a color palette. But it also includes an eyedropper tool that can access anything on your screen. It also provides sliders for color adjustment. Microsoft Office has a built-in accessibility checker in Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook for both Windows and Mac. It's located on the Review tab on the ribbon. When you run the accessibility checker, if it finds an issue, it provides a link to take you directly to that content so that you can fix the issue. To make the most of the accessibility checker in Office, you need to understand what it's testing for in the different programs. At the bottom of the accessibility checker pane, Microsoft provides a link to helpful information about what it's checking for and why. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments below. And let us know if there are more topics you'd like us to cover.